Hello, I am so glad you are here with me today. My name is Vicki, and my friend Happy Bear is here as well. You can't see her, she's not standing here. And the reason she isn't here quite yet is because she's a little shy. Maybe you get shy sometimes too. Happy, I'm glad you made it here. It's okay when you get shy. You just wait and take some time until you feel more comfortable. And we're glad that you feel more comfortable. Happy and I are here to talk about very important things with you today. We are going to talk about touching. And I know you know a lot about touching. And Happy does too. She's cool. But she's a bear, which you can see. And because she's a bear, she's never gotten to go to school before. So we might talk about some things that she just doesn't know about. I know that makes you mad, Happy, but you can't go to school. People go to school. I don't know, bears just can't. Anyway, you can help Happy out. If she gets to things that are kind of hard, you can help her learn them too. Anyway, we're going to talk about touches, and we're also going to talk about our feelings. And I'm always going to point to my tummy when we talk about feelings. Can you point to your tummy? Yep, Happy knows. And the reason we point to our tummy is because we have lots of different feelings. Sometimes you'll feel really, really happy, like that. And sometimes we feel really sad. And sometimes we feel scared about things. Or sometimes we feel mad. And that's okay, Happy. That's okay to feel everything you feel. Your feelings are real and they tell you the truth. So what we have to do is we have to learn the good ways to get our feelings out. Because, Happy, there's good ways to get our feelings out and there's not so good ways. And we need to make sure we know the good ways to get our feelings out. The first kind of touch we're going to talk about is called a good touch. And you know it's good because it makes you feel really good on the inside. And so, Happy, let's you and I pretend like we're walking down the street. And I see Happy coming, and I'm glad because she's my friend, and I want to give her a touch that'll make her feel good, so I might do something like this. Oh, Happy, my little bear, I'm so glad to see you today. You are a sight for our sore eyes, and I'm so glad to see you this day. And how does a big bear hug make you feel? Really good. And it made me feel really good too. That's how we know it's a good touch. We listen to our feelings and we feel good on the inside. And if you would like to find people in your house that you could give a hug to or a high five, you can do that right now. But sometimes we can get a touch that doesn't make us feel that good, Happy. Sometimes we can get a touch that makes us feel sad or mad or scared. And when that happens, we call that a bad touch. And so, Happy, we need to show the kids about a bad touch. But it's not going to be real. We're just going to pretend. But sometimes, even with a friend, you might do something like this. Let's pretend, Happy, that we're in first grade and it's time to go out to recess. And so we line up and you're the first person in line and I'm behind you and all the kids are getting lined up behind us. And Happy grabs something that she grabs every day when we go out to recess. In fact, she never lets anybody even touch it anymore. It's the jump rope because she thinks she is the jump rope queen. I think she is getting to be the jump rope hog. And I'm so mad I might do something like this. Oh, Happy Bear. And I flick Happy on the head. Now, if I flick Happy on the head, do you think that was a good touch or a bad touch? If you said that was a bad touch, you are right. It was a bad touch I gave Happy. And she knows that because it hurt her body, but it really hurt her feelings even more. And so, Happy, I want to apologize. I'm sorry I made you feel bad. I was just pretending to show the kids. I apologize. Okay. Thank you. Well, most of the time, it's very easy to tell the difference between a touch that's good, like a high five or a hug, or a touch that's bad, like if somebody physically hurt you. But sometimes you can't tell right away. Sometimes touches are kind of mixed up. And that's when you gotta really listen to your feelings. Those mixed up touches happen when somebody our own age or somebody bigger than us touches our private parts. Now, Happy, do you know where your private parts are? I didn't think that you knew this. Well, that's okay, Happy. Don't worry. We will help you. Okay, if you have ever gone swimming, raise your hand. And when you go swimming, you wear a what? A swimsuit, that's right. And do you know why you wear a swimsuit? That's a hard question, Happy. But the reason we wear a swimsuit is because we have parts of our bodies that are called private. And private means it belongs just to you. And those parts are not for the whole world to see. And so when we're going to go swimming, we don't want to wear very much because it's always so hot. But we always make sure we wear enough to cover our private body parts. So Happy, we are going to help you learn this. We're going to let you do a pretend. We're going to let you pretend that you are a real live boy and you're going to go swimming. So you need to wear a boy swimsuit. So show us what it would look like to put on a real boy swimsuit. Ooh, nice job. Give Happy a hand. She's a very good pretender. And she put on a boy's swimming suit, and it covers up the parts of his body that are called private. And those private body parts have names. Do you know the name of the private body part of the boy that's down below or between his legs? Well, the doctor name is a penis. You might hear other people give that body part other names, but the doctor name is a penis. And if you turn around in the back, boys also have a private body part that's in the back of the... How many people have a tail? I said people, not bears. Thank you very much. We know you have a tail. We do not have tails. However, we have a private body part that's in the back of us. Do you know what we call the private body part that's covered up by the back of the swimsuit? Well, the doctor name is buttocks, or sometimes we say bottom or butt. And that's the boy's private body part in the back of him that's always covered up by the back of his swimsuit. And now, Happy, you get to do another pretend. You get to put on a girl swimming suit because you're going to pretend like you're a real girl. And we are going to watch and see what you do differently. Nice job. Give Happy a hand. She is a very good pretender. And she put on a girl suit. Now, if you watched closely, what did Happy do differently that time than she did in the boy swimsuit? If you noticed that she put the swimsuit up on her arms and her whole body, you were good at watching. Because you're right, girl swimsuits are very different from boy swimsuits. They're a lot longer and they cover a body part that a girl or a woman has on her chest. That's the private body part that's there. Do you know the name of the private body part that's on the chest of the girl or woman? Well, the doctor name is breasts. That's right, the doctor name is breasts, and it's always covered up by the top of the swimming suit. And girls have a body part also that's down below. Do you know what we call the private body part of the girl that's down below or between her legs? The doctor name is a vagina. Again, other people might call it different names, but we want you to have good information. And so the doctor name is a vagina. And so Happy, turn around. Because girls have a, except for that tail business, of course, girls have a private body part in the back of them too. And it's always covered up by the back of the swimsuit. And like we said before, we call that a bottom or a butt. Okay, Happy, you know a lot of things now. You know that you have private body parts. Private means it belongs only to you. Those parts are not for the whole world to see because they're always covered up by a swimming suit. But, Happy, you need to know something else too. Sometimes people need to see your body. That's true. Sometimes we need help with our bodies. Like when you were little and your mom or dad helped give you a bath, or when you go to the doctor, or at a swimming lesson, the swimming teacher might touch your body. But you know what, Happy? When you get these kind of touches, you're not going to feel sad or mad or scared because these aren't bad touches. These are called helping touches because somebody is helping you do something that needs to be done. And we all need help sometimes. But a helping touch is a good touch. Just like a hug from Grandma and Grandpa is a good touch, we are so glad to have good helping touches. But Happy Bear, you know what? You can't always tell. Nobody can. You can't always tell what kind of touch somebody might give you. So here's the deal. Anytime somebody wants to look at or touch your private parts, you have to start doing your job. You have to start listening to your feelings. Oh, and thinking, Happy, you're a genius. You're exactly right. You got to think. Is somebody helping me here? Do I feel okay about this? Well, then that's probably a good touch. Or do I not feel okay? Do I feel sad or scared or mad and somebody's not helping me with something? Oh, Happy, then that's probably a bad touch. And if it's a bad touch, Happy, you need to do 3 things. So why don't you make 3 fingers? Because this will help you remember. Paws are nice. But we really need fingers for this, so we'll have the kids help us. Can you all make 3 fingers? And that'll help you, and it'll help Happy too. Thank you. If somebody tries to give you a bad touch, the first thing you need to do is to say the word no. No. Did you hear Happy? She doesn't say very many words because she really is shy. But she will say the word no when she needs to, and a bad touch is when you need to talk. After we say no, the second thing we do is we walk away. As best we can, we walk away from that person who's trying to give us the bad touch. And the third thing we do is we tell. We tell somebody that's safe, that we know, and we say to them, I got a bad touch and I need some help.
Daddy, I got a bad touch. I need some help.
Oh, Happy, I'm sorry that happened to you. I will get you some help.
Mom, I got a bad touch and I need some help.
Thanks for telling me, Happy. I'm sorry that happened to you. I will get you some help.
Grandma, I got a bad touch. I need your help.
Oh, Happy, I'm sorry that happened to you. I will get you some help.
And if a friend tells you that they got a bad touch, you need to be a good friend and get them right away to a safe person so they can get the help that they need. And so Happy, we're going to do a pretend. And let's pretend that it's after school and you're at your childcare place and it's getting late. All the other kids got picked up. You're the only one left. Your mom must be working late today or something. And your childcare lady says, well, I need to go to the store and get something for dinner. But her husband comes home and he says, that's okay. Go ahead to the store. I'll watch Happy Bear for you. So pretend like I'm not going to be Vicky. I'm going to be your childcare lady's husband. And so she goes off to the store. And so I come to you, Happy, and I say, Happy Bear, you are growing up so quickly. You are getting to be such a pretty bear. You know what? I bet when you grow up, you could be like a model or something. You could. And you know what? I can take pictures of you and teach you things because I just got a new camera. And so I get my camera and I say, Happy, you know what? For these pictures, I think we should take these with your clothes off. And so I reach over and I start to take your clothes off and I touch your private parts. And Happy, you listen to your feelings and you can tell this isn't any kind of a helping touch. So what should you do?
No.
And what should you do?
I got a bad touch and I need some help.
Thank you for telling me. We'll take care of this.
I got a bad touch and I need some help.
I'm so proud of you for telling me. We'll get you some help.
Okay. I had a bad touch and I need some help.
Thank you for telling me. We'll get you some help.
I had a bad touch, I need some help.
I'm really glad you told me. I'll get you some help.
Okay, Happy, let's do a pretend. Let's pretend that it's after school and you're walking home from school, but you're not walking real fast. You know how sometimes you like to mess around on the playground. But you're walking home and pretend like I'm not going to be Vicky, but I'm going to be somebody you don't know. You've never seen me before. You don't know my name or anything about me. But I see you on the playground. And so I come up to you and I have these 2 kittens in my hand. And I say, "Oh, Bear, I'm so glad you're here because I need some help. I opened my front door and my cat just took off and she's gone and she's the mommy kitty and these little babies need to eat and I gotta find my cat fast. My car's just over here. If you come and get in my car, then you can help me look up and down the street so we can find these kitties' mommy." And Happy, you listen to your feelings and you feel weird. Because it doesn't make sense that a grown-up would ask a child for help in finding a lost pet. So you've got to believe that weird feeling that happens when a grown-up asks you to come to their car, because that feeling will keep you safe. And so what's the word you should say to me when I say, "Come to my car"?
No.
And she says no. And then she walks away, and then Happy, you still need to tell. Because even though you didn't get a bad touch, you still need to tell about almost getting a bad touch. So you can go find your teacher if she's back in the school, or your principal, or mom or dad when you get home, and you need to say to them, "I almost got a bad touch, and I need some help." Okay, Happy, let's pretend this time that we are at the swimming pool. And I'm your babysitter. I've taken you there because it's like 100 degrees outside, and the swimming pool is a good place to be when it's that hot. And so pretend like we've been there a long time, and now it's time to go home. So I say, "Come on, Happy, let's go get our clothes changed." So we go in the locker room, and as you're drying off and putting on your dry clothes, I get very close to you, and I start to touch your private parts. And you real fast listen to your feelings, and you can tell this isn't a helping touch. You feel so bad it's got to be a bad touch, and if it's a bad touch, Happy, what should you do?
No.
And then you think who to tell. And you're at the swimming pool, you can tell a lifeguard. And Happy goes and finds a lifeguard, and she tells him that she got a bad touch and she needs some help, and the lifeguard will help her. But Happy has to give the lifeguard one phone number of a safe person that she knows, so the lifeguard can call that person and get Happy the help that she needs. And this time, Happy, I'm going to be your bigger cousin. I'm going to be like 16, and our parents have left me in charge, and so I'm going to take you to the mall. And so pretend like we're at the mall and we're walking around and we get to see everything, and it's so cool here. And then I say, "Oh, we should go to the food court, and I'll get you one of those pretzels that you like." So we're at the food court and we're eating our pretzels, and they're so good. And after a while, I put my pretzel down and I scoot close to you, and I get my hands under the table and I start to touch your private parts. And Happy, you real fast listen to your feelings, and you can tell this isn't any helping touch. You know it's got to be a bad touch, and if it's a bad touch, Happy, what should you do?
No.
She says no, and then she takes out her phone and she calls her mom. We want to make sure that everybody has one safe phone number that they know, so they always know somebody to call if you're at a place and you can't find anybody else to tell. You can always use the phone. Good thinking, Happy. This time we're going to be at my house. I'm going to be your grandma, and you're my grand cubs, and we are going to make cookies. And so here's a new sack of flour. Here's a new sack of sugar and the salt and the vanilla. But you know what? I want to make chocolate chip cookies because they're my favorite. I've got some chocolate chips, but they're out in the pantry. I'll go get them, but you guys just hang here for a minute or so. I'll be right back. And so I go trying to find the chocolate chips, but I'm having a hard time finding them. But I'm not going to worry about my grand cubs. I'm sure they can handle a little sack of flour or a little sack of sugar, and they're going to be just fine because they always make good decisions, except I come back with the chocolate chips and I go, ah, what are you doing? You guys are throwing flour like everywhere. Ah, forget this cookie business. We got to get you cleaned up. So we go in the bathroom and Grandma gets him in the tub, and she might even help him get clean because the flour was everywhere. And so they listen to their feelings, and they don't feel sad or mad or scared. They can tell this is a good helping touch. So if they are getting a good helping touch, do they say no and walk away and tell someone? No. We only do that if we get a bad touch. But these cubs got a good touch, which they needed because of the flour problem, but they still always have to listen to their feelings and think. And that's how they know to say, thanks, Grandma, for all the help. And now we're going to do one last thing together. I'm going to say some things to you, and if they're true things, I want you to put your thumb up. Like if I would say, Happy Bear is my friend. That's true. Now, I might be tricky and say things that aren't true. And if I do that, I want you to point your thumb down. Like if I say, oh, it's raining on me. It's not raining on me. So point your thumb down. Okay, are you ready? Your swimsuit covers your private parts. That's true. That's why we wear them, so our private parts are always covered. Here's another one. It's nighttime and someone gets in bed with you and starts touching your private parts. Is that a helping touch? No, that is not a helping touch. Your babysitter says she'll give you some cookies if you touch her private parts. Do you do what the babysitter says? No, we can say no even to the babysitter. If you get a bad touch, that must mean you've been a bad kid. Is that true? No, you are never a bad kid if you ever get a bad touch. If you get a bad touch, should you go tell someone? Yes, we always tell someone about a bad touch. Even if somebody says to us, after they give us a bad touch, this is just something special between us. This is our little secret. Don't tell anybody in your family or don't tell anybody at school. Even if somebody says that to you, we still tell. We always, always talk about touches. And Happy Bear, one last thing. If we tell a grown-up and they don't know how to help us, do you know what? We tell another grown-up, and another grown-up, and another grown-up. We keep telling until we find the grown-up who can give us the help we need. So, let's see if we remember everything we've talked about today. If somebody tries to give you a bad touch, what's the word you say? No. And after we say no, then what do? We walk away. And then what do?
We tell somebody.
We tell somebody. We tell somebody these words, and let's say all of us these words together. I got a bad touch and I need some help.
I got a bad touch and I need some help.
Give yourselves a hand. You did it. You learned your touching lessons. And that makes Happy Bear really happy because we want every kid to be smart and safe and strong. And you can do that now. You know how to be a smart, safe, strong kid. Good for you.
Say no one, walk away, tell someone.